Hey guys, Seethercord here, and welcome to my newest video for today. Last time, we originally wanted to start off with covering all of the amazing and well-known games from the Game Boy lineup to start off our list of the best furry-centered games from Nintendo's handheld library. But however, we got stopped at the Game & Watch, which was technically Nintendo's first attempt at the handheld gaming market. And even with them being at the same level of technology as those Tiger Electronic games that came with every Happy Meal toy back in the 2000s, it was still pretty cool for furries to try out. But now we are getting into the big boy, the OG handheld gaming console, and hence me calling it the big boy because the console itself is pretty big boy as it is. And that is the original Nintendo Game Boy. Now the Game Boy, when grouped with the Game Boy Color, is the third best-selling gaming console of all time, and is one of the most recognizable electronics of the 1990s. I'm willing to bet that everyone watching this video has seen someone with a phone case designed to look like a Game Boy. It really is that common and well known around the world. It really introduced the concept of carrying your gaming console with you wherever you go, and as well as having to use two AA batteries to use it anywhere. And when it comes to the original model of the Game Boy, the screen was green and it would be extremely difficult to make out what was going on the screen. And this is coming from personal experience. But anyways, I have 5 unique furry-styled Nintendo Game Boy games that I feel you fellow furries will definitely enjoy. So let's begin. To start off my list at number 5, we have one Game Boy game which has the weirdest name ever, and that is Bubble Bobble. Bubble Bobble for the Game Boy is a spin-off game based off of the well-known classic arcade title of the same name from the company Taito. The game stars these two chibi dragon characters entitled Bub and Bob. Great names, by the way. The objective is them blowing and bursting bubbles, jumping on and off blown bubbles to navigate level obstacles, dodging and eliminating enemies, and collecting a variety of items including some that carry power-ups and significant bonuses. I'd say that this game is very fun and is definitely reminiscent of the original arcade title, so that it provides quite a couple of hours of challenge and fun for either any gamer or furry. Definitely check it out if you can. For number 4 on this list, we have 2 puzzle games based off of pretty much the most well-known dinosaur in all of video games, and that character is Yoshi. Yoshi! The 2 games are entitled Yoshi and Yoshi's Cookie. In Yoshi, the player is tasked with clearing monsters from the on-screen playing field. The monsters fall in from the top of the screen to build vertical stacks. The player must prevent a stack from growing too high such that it exits the playfield. Meanwhile, Yoshi's Cookie is a tile matching video game, in which the player is given a playing field populated with cookies of several types that are arranged in a rectangular grid. The main objective of each level is to clear the playing field of all the cookies. Both of these games, in my opinion, provide a lot of fun for people who enjoy spending a lot of their gaming time playing puzzle-like games such as Tetris. If you are a furry and you love Yoshi, which I won't deny that a lot of furries do, then this game would definitely be awesome for you to pick up and play. For number 3 on the list, we have another follow-up game to an original arcade game, and this one is simply entitled Donkey Kong. This one is pretty much a remake of the original game, but however in this version for the Game Boy, they of course update the graphics but however provide up to 100 different levels styled in the original Donkey Kong gameplay. So for people who played the heck out of the original Donkey Kong arcade game, you guys will now have even tons of new levels to play through with this Game Boy version. And for furries as well, again, this can provide a great time if you are a fan of arcade style video games. For sure give this game a check out if you can. For number 2 on this list, we now have ourselves one of the best trilogies for this console, and that is known as the Donkey Kong Land trilogy. Donkey Kong Land 1, 2, and 3 are the handheld counterparts of the original Super Nintendo Donkey Kong Country trilogy. So if you want to experience the Donkey Kong Country series on the go with some new added features, then this trilogy is definitely where to go. And now for number 1 on this list to represent the best furry-centered Game Boy game, we have a shocking 4 games on this list. Now the reason for this is because these 4 games were all essentially released together and are pretty much the same game. And these games are held as some of the greatest games ever made by many, and also together they are the 7th best-selling game of all time, selling 47.5 million copies altogether. And those games are Pokemon Red, Green, Blue, and Yellow. These games started off the Pokemon legacy and have led to a cultural phenomena and an extremely successful franchise involving many video games, a few anime series, toys, books, movies, and one of the biggest trading card games of all time. This game is super important not only for Nintendo, but also for video games as a whole. Definitely play this game if you are a furry, a Pokemon fan, or a gamer. Also, one final major reason to play this game, especially the yellow version of Pokemon, is that Pikachu follows you while you walk. It's so cute. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up my video about the top 5 best furry-centered Game Boy games. How do you guys feel about my picks for the best furry-centered Game Boy games? Do you guys have any picks yourself? Do you guys not? How do you guys feel about the Game Boy overall? Did you guys enjoy it growing up? Did you guys not? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Also, remember that if you enjoy my content and want to further help out my channel, please consider donating to me on Patreon as well as my Ko-fi. Also, please consider hitting that like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribing altogether. I have been SeaThruCord, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Oh god, okay, he just killed me. I'm dead. That's really gruesome. Oh, wait, I'm still alive?